guys, nice to meet you if you're new here, nice to see you if you're not new here. How's it going? I'm Lara. It has been a minute. Quite some time since I last posted a video. I think the last time I posted was June of last year.
It's March.
But I'm back! I know. Thank you. It's so great to be back. Because I've been gone for a while, I've been going back and forth with what kind of video I wanted to film, and I thought it would be fun to film some kind of challenge to get me back into recording and reading, because I haven't really been reading much. Get me back in the swing of things, and I thought it would just be fun. I have been in the biggest book slump ever for what feels like over a year at this point, and it's just slowly gotten worse. I took a break. A lot longer than I expected to take a break, but it was well needed because I was not doing amazing. I feel like I stopped enjoying the little things. Like, I stopped enjoying reading, I stopped enjoying filming, I stopped enjoying creating. Thank you for being here and clicking back on my video. Not to get sappy or anything, but I really enjoy this part of me. I really enjoy the creative part and the reading and the connecting with other people. So anyways, this video is a 24-hour reading vlog. I asked on my Instagram, if you're not following me, you can go follow me. I asked over on my Instagram what video you guys wanted to see, and this one won. I'm gonna be reading for 24 hours. Unfortunately, not 24 hours straight, because I don't know how capable I am of doing that. Maybe one day I will try. But this video, I'm just gonna have the timer going as I read. I wanna see how much I can read in a 24-hour time limit. Hoping one day though I can actually just read for 24 hours straight. If you want to see that, let me know. I haven't stayed up for 24 hours in a really long time, but I would do it for you. I'll sacrifice my sleep for you. I will. 24 hours with a time. Let's go over some rules and then I will show you my TBR that maybe I will follow, maybe I won't. I actually don't have like set rules for this other than I'm not allowed to reread any books that I've already read. That's kind of all of the rules. So just the rule. Maybe a second rule can be if I read a book on my Kindle, I have to read a physical book off of my TBR next. This can't just be me reading books that I don't own. I don't have many physical books on this because I'm actually quite a slow reader. I don't read that fast. So I don't expect me to get more than 4 books done in 24 hours. So I have 4 physical books that I've chosen off of my TBR, but my TBR is free range. If I don't want to read one of these books, I'll just grab another book. My Kindle, of course. Physical books. I've been in a fantasy mood. This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi. We know, maybe you know, that Shatter Me is one of my favorite series ever. Tahira Mafi's writing, love. And I've had this on my bookshelf for quite some time, so I thought it would be time to possibly pick this up. I don't necessarily know what this book is about, but I bought it because Tahira Mafi wrote it. I see so many people love it. So many people talk about this. Read Shatter Me, read this, and then love this more. I don't know if I could love anybody more than I love Aaron Warner. I'm actually really hoping to pick up this book. And I have Blockshot by Kennedy Ryan. I haven't been reading a lot of romance recently. I read Longshot sometime last year and I really love that book. I really appreciate that she's not just writing romance stories, so many more deeper topics in a Kennedy Ryan book. And Longshot also was a story that wrecked my insides. And so I've been putting off Blockshot or just any of her other books, but I think it's time to get back into this series. Immortal Dark by Tejas Gurma. Dark Academia, vampires, what more can I ask for? This book is gorgeous. Oops. It's gorgeous. Yes. Seek mind above blood, and if you must bleed, use it as ink. No soul can enter without invitation. I've heard so many good things about this book. Lastly, this one's a maybe. Starling House by Alexi Haro. I've soft DNF'd this book at, well, there's still a bookmark in it, 56 pages. Not that I wasn't enjoying it, but I think it was just the time wasn't for me. But I think I would like it now because of the reading mood that I'm in. Because I feel like when I tried to read it, however long ago, 2 years ago, I was mainly reading romance, and this just felt like it was a different genre for me. It wasn't for me at that time, but I think it's for me now. So this is a possibility. It's also quite short. I think it's what, like 250, 260 pages, 300 pages. I've also been really into gothic fantasy recently, so, you know? It is currently Monday, March 16th at 1:42. I'm firstly gonna eat lunch. I'm excited for this. I might pick up this book first. I've done enough yapping. I'm gonna go eat and start the 24-hour readathon. Hi, it is the next day. What's today actually? Keep track of that. It is Tuesday. I didn't read that much yesterday. You would be so surprised. I read about 50 pages yesterday. I actually have no idea how far I got into the time. I'm reading this book really, really slow, it feels like. I have 21 hours and 16 minutes left, and I'm on page 78. There's a lot to take in with this book. You have Kiran, which is our main female character, who was born into this world of vampires. But when she was a kid, her and her sister June were taken to a different town because their family didn't want them to be a part of this vampire world. Oh my goodness. Looking at this now, it's a library card. Got to this point in the story and it makes a lot of sense. Anyways, now they're older, June has gone missing. Kiran has an idea of where her sister went, what happened to her sister. She's convinced, for a reason, that this vampire took her. The vampire in question is at this university called Uxley. One day the dean shows up at her house and tells her her family's house is no longer occupied by a person because her aunt that was occupying it has passed away. Now her options are she either needs to come and attend this university so she can occupy this house and keep it in her family's name, or it's going to go to the house vampire, which happens to be Sicinios, which is the vampire that Kiran thinks took June. Kiran has to decide if she wants to attend this university to keep this house in her family's name and keep it away from this vampire. She decides, I'm gonna do it because she wants to figure out what happened to June. Now she's living in this house with this vampire who she despises, and this vampire who also despises her, but she is the reason that he can no longer keep this house to himself. I'm really enjoying the writing of this book. I'm also really enjoying the feeling of the university. I've also never read a book about vampires before, which is crazy because I love Twilight and Vampire Diaries, but I've never read a vampire book before. All the books that I've read that has to deal with a university has never felt like it's about the university. It's more felt like the character development and whatnot. This book that has to do with the university, I feel like I'm like learning something. I feel like I'm sitting in these classes learning about the history, their family's history, and the background of the school and the vampires. So much that I'm learning. I also lied. I'm actually 84 pages into the book. I'm enjoying the mystery element of like, where's June? stuff about her family, stuff about these other people, stuff about all these other houses. There's a ton of houses. I can't remember how many, but there's a ton of different houses. Each house has a number of Draenics, which are vampires. The more Draenics that you have in your house, the more power you have as a house. Your political standpoint at the university is more powerful. Kidon's house only has Sicinius as a Draenic. Houses that have like 200 Draenics in them. This is also in Kindle Unlimited, so I've been reading it on my Kindle and in the physical form. Like, I'm about to go get on my walking pad because it's cold outside and walk a little bit and read. That's my little update so far. It's currently 1 o'clock. I don't have much plans today. Yesterday I was quite busy. How long is this book anyways? It's 400 pages. So I can get halfway today, hopefully, and then I could read the rest tomorrow. Crossing my fingers. Good morning. It is Wednesday, 11 o'clock in the morning. Slept in a lot later than I thought I would. I actually stayed up reading the book last night and then I couldn't fall asleep. So I only woke up like an hour ago. Currently, I'm making tea and I'm making breakfast. My breakfast is chia seed pudding. Currently on page 175. Chapter 33, 18 hours and 5 minutes left. I really like the main character, Kidon. She is such a strong main character. She takes no shit from anybody. Seems like she's building a little family out of some of these friends, and I really like that as well. No plans for the day. Yesterday and the day before, I had some things to do, but I have zero plans for the day except for I might take Tipsy on a walk because it seems nice out. It's been cold, but it seems nice out today, so I might take her on a walk and listen to the audiobook, and then I might go to the gym later, but that's a later thing. I also feel like this book might wreck me. We just saw a little moment between the two main characters, Kidon and Sicinius, and it was this little, very small moment, and then it really did a 360. I'm kind of rooting for them, but at the same time, I'm rooting for Kidon to find her sister. I want to meet June. I want to see, because she talks about like this other character kind of reminded her of June. It's been a great read. I'm having fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish making my breakfast and my tea, and then I'm going to continue reading. This is the current state. Oh, I'm zooming in. Give me a second. Okay. This is the current state that I'm in right now. Is I'm on the couch curled up with a heating pad because I'm cramping so bad. But it's fine because I'm reading. I'm on chapter 42. I took Tipsy on a walk. I came home. I ate lunch and I showered. I'm gonna keep reading. Just wanted to give you a tiny little update of the state that I'm in. Curled up on the couch with a heating pad. I'm on page 223, so I am 55% in, so a little over halfway through. These are things that I wish I would tell myself and somebody would tell me. I'm too emotional for this. I'm way too emotional to be reading this right now. Good morning. It's actually not morning anymore. It is currently 12:26. I have 12 hours and 51 minutes left. I did read a little bit this morning. I also was woken up at 4 a.m. with something really loud outside of my apartment. It was so weird. It was a really loud rumbling noise that lasted for like an hour, and I couldn't fall back asleep. And so I was on and off reading a little bit this morning and drawing. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to sit here until I'm finished with the book. Let's see, how far am I into this? I'm on chapter 62 on the audio. This is the worst 24-hour readathon you've ever seen. 24-hour readathon, and it's Thursday.
Guys, it is Thursday. I started this Monday.
Anyways, I'm 338 pages in, and this book is, without spoiling anything, 416 pages, so I am almost finished with it. So I'm going to sit here, listen to the audiobook, and draw. I've been doing some like little illustrations, which I'm not an artist, but it has been fun. Hello, it is much later. It is currently 5 o'clock. I did do what I said I was gonna do. I finished Immortal Dark. I finished up the audiobook, then I went to the gym and went and got dinner. So that's why it's much later. But I did finish. 10 hours and 44 minutes left in this 24-hour reading challenge. I listened to the last, I don't know, 100 pages on the audiobook. I really enjoyed the audiobook. I might listen to the rest of the series, or maybe like immersive, but I really enjoyed the audiobook and the narrator. I loved the university. I loved that I felt like I was learning a ton of stuff at the same time that our main character Kidon was learning a ton of stuff, which, you know, happens in books. Ending. I was really thrown for a loop the last 100 pages. I had so many emotions also through the last like 150 pages. I was angry, I felt betrayed, I was sad, I was happy, I was excited, I was swooning, I was mad again. So much in the last 150 pages happened, and I think so much more is going to happen in the second book. I think I'm going to give this book a 4.5 star. 4.5, 4.75. It didn't give me a 5-star feeling, but I think the second book will. Because again, so much was happening, and I really enjoyed this book, and I really love our main female character, Kidon. I definitely recommend this. Now that I finally finished a book, let's see if we can finish at least one more book. I have these 3 physical books to pick from, and I actually already know what I want to read, and that is Starling House by alligator. I think I said this at the beginning of the video, I tried to read this book at some point. Softy and F'd it, not because it was bad, but because I couldn't get into it. I'm gonna read this book. I remember it's a gothic fantasy. I remember there being a haunted house. How about I read it? Her and her brother are orphans. She's a high school dropout, and she just wants a better life for her brother. She has a dream of this haunted mansion, and it draws her to this mansion, and she ends up getting a job to clean it, basically. Start this book and probably doodle some more, because I've been having fun. Hello. You'll never guess what day it is today. Monday. It's been a week since I started filming this 24-hour reading challenge. I'm actually just here to give you an update on my reading of Starling House, tell you how it's going, tell you how long I had left on the timer. I didn't film anything this weekend. Friday was my husband's birthday, and then this weekend we were just doing all kinds of stuff, so I didn't really even read that much. Every time I did read, I had the timer going, but I didn't film anything. 130 pages into it, so I've made it past the mark of where I DNF'd it the first time. I thought I would really love this book the second go around, but I can see kind of why I DNF'd it the first time. I really like the idea of the book. I like the haunted house. I like that Opal is also like a strong female main character. She's driven and she really cares about the people that she loves, which is Jasper, her little brother. She really cares about him and she would sacrifice everything for herself for him. But I feel like there's just, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know if it's the writing, because I also really like the writing. The writing feels like she's writing a journal. Like she's keeping all of this in a journal. There's even footnotes in the book. Can you even see? They just give something extra. But I don't know why I'm not loving the book. I find my mind wandering while I'm reading. I find myself wanting to do something else. There's Arthur, who is the warden of this house. He lives there by himself and he does not leave the property. Things have happened on this property and there's so many different stories from this house and from the people that have lived here and from the Starlings. There's so many different stories from the other townspeople. It's the same story but different. They're all like pulling from the same thing, but they're all very different. Arthur was left this house by his parents who were killed in this house. He wants to be the last warden. He doesn't want anybody else to have to deal with Starling. But then there's Opal, who feels drawn to this house. She had a dream about this house, calling to her, so she shows up to the house one day. Oh, I'm just doing a project in my school. Like, can I look around? And Arthur's like, no. She's like, actually, I'll do housekeeping for you. How about that? Because she just feels so drawn to the house and she's having nightmares about the house and she feels like this is the only way that'll stop her from having nightmares. So she's doing housekeeping and she's also making money because she wants to get her brother out of this town. It's 2 o'clock right now in the afternoon. My goal is to try and finish it. I've read probably about 50 pages today, 40 pages, 50 pages. I listened to the audiobook a little bit. I took Tipsy out on a walk. I listened to the audiobook while I was doing a little bit of cleaning. 6 hours and 43 minutes left on the clock. I finally finished it. I listened to the audiobook while I did those cookies. I listened to the audiobook while I did those. I did the dishes. I cleaned up a little bit. I put clothes away. I have an hour and 46 minutes left on the timer. That is enough time to read a really short story or a graphic novel, which I think I know what I'm gonna read, but let's talk about this just really quickly. As I've told you, I like the idea of this book. I like the concept of the haunted house. Didn't necessarily care about like what was gonna happen, what was the outcome of the story, what was happening with the haunted house, what was happening with our characters, what was the story. I couldn't find myself like wanting to know, but I had gotten so far that I just wanted to finish it. Something about getting like 100 pages, 150 pages into a book that makes me think, if I DNF this, I don't know. I'm about to say that and there's no logic behind it. But what I was gonna say was, if I'm already 100 pages, 150 pages in, I've already spent my time doing that. Spent however many hours reading the book, I might as well see it through. But that's so many more hours I've just spent reading a book that I could have spent reading another book that I would have enjoyed. So now that I think of it that way, I guess I should just start DNFing. I don't know what I'm gonna rate this book. I'm kind of sitting at like a 2.5, 3 star, which just makes me sad because I really wanted to enjoy it. Maybe I'll do a 2.75 star, which is a little bit annoying, but in between 2.5 and 3. I think I'm going to read Heartstopper by Alice Oseman because it's a graphic novel and it won't take me that long. I don't pick up enough graphic novels, but I should because I really enjoy looking at pictures while I read. Dipsy, turn around! Dipsy, I'm right here! I really don't think these glasses look very good. Also, they kind of look sideways? Is that just me? I'm trying to do the clean, minimal, slick back, these kind of glasses look, and I don't think I'm giving what I want to give. Anywho, it is Wednesday. Yesterday I did finish Heartstopper. 29 minutes and 53 seconds left, but this is not enough time to read literally anything. I'm gonna stop the timer early. 23.5 hours. I read 3 books. Immortal Dark by Tigger Skirma, Starling House by Alex E. Haro, and Heartstopper Volume 3 by Alice Oseman. This one was cute. You're following Nick and Charlie through their relationship and coming out. It's a graphic novel, so it's quite short, super easy to read. Love the pictures. Love reading a book with pictures in them. And I just really like Nick and Charlie, and I love the side characters and the friends in this. I also really love that Alice Oseman, these little extra things like a diary entry at the end for each of them, and then the characters, you get like a little fun fact about them, some like Instagram posts, each of their rooms, stuff about their rooms, small things like fairy lights in Nick's room. Nick put up fairy lights in his bedroom one Christmas and forgot to take them down for 3 months. Eventually he decided he liked having them up all year round. Cute. Just like little added touches that I don't know if I ever noticed in any of the other books. And then moving on to the next book. I'm excited for the next book because of 2 characters that are in this book. I think they're actually in all of the books if I'm remembering correctly, but they got like a little shining moment in this book, so I'm excited to read the next to see more of them. But I'm gonna give this one a 4 star, Immortal Dark, and I gave this a 4.5 star because I really loved it, but I'm excited for book 2. And then Starling House, which I was a bit disappointed by not liking as much as I wanted to like it. I gave it a second chance. I ended up giving a 2.75 star. I read 3 books in the 23.5 hours that I read. I think the next time that I do a 24-hour readathon, I'm going to try my hardest to actually do 24 hours straight. If not 24 hours straight, then over just the weekend where I just take a break to sleep but still try and wake up early to read. I think I'm gonna do that the next time that I try 24-hour readathon because this took me a week to do. I also read 3 books off of my physical TBR. I do have a reading goal for the year. I think it's 45 books, but also like I read whatever I read, and if I don't reach it, womp womp. But my actual goal this year is to get quite a bit of my physical books off my TBR, so finish series that I'm in the middle of, read my physical TBR, and not buy so many books. This year, I've actually been really good about that. I don't think I bought a single book so far. Crossing my fingers, next time we can do 24-hour readathon in a 24-hour time span. Other than that, I hopefully will see you next time. Bye!